So one of my favorite teams to cover is the Cincinnati Bengals, and they're one of the hottest teams in the league right now. So what better opportunity than to make you guys a video? For your beloved Bengals, last season you fell short in the Super Bowl. It was a devastating loss. But I remember listening to Joe Burrow on a podcast say that he was proud of his team. He was proud of his guys for getting to the big game. And that really resonated with me because I said in that moment after the game, Burrow's going to be back. I don't know when it's going to be. If it's next season, if it's in 5 seasons, 6 seasons, 8 seasons, Joe Burrow will get back to that game. But it's pretty clear to me that it's looking like he might get back this season, the year after, which is completely crazy to me because this offensive line is absolutely atrocious. I mean, you talk about pass blocking, it is horrible. But Burrow, he got enough time against the Chiefs, and we saw an MVP type of performance. I mean, the best performance of last week was Joe Burrow. He looked like an absolute man possessed, threw for a couple of touchdowns, had a rushing touchdown. He got the ball into T. Higgins' hands for essentially the dagger, right? He got the ball into Chase's hands. I mean, this Bengals team, I just have so much respect for. I remember watching them last season and they just kept making big plays. And even if you want to go back to 2 years ago when they had a rookie T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd in the slot and Joe Burrow, the potential was there. I looked at that team and I said, give these guys a couple of years and they're going to do some big things. But before I get into the rest of the video, if you guys are a fan of the NFL, you've come to the right place. Shout out to Will Upton for giving me this opportunity to voice my thoughts on the Bengals. You guys have been killing it, man. This is absolutely life-changing. Without your guys' support, we wouldn't be able to do this, right? I mean, it's crazy, bro. I cannot stress enough of how much your guys' support means to us. So drop a like for the algorithm, subscribe if you're new. Let's get right into the video. So I want to talk about the win over the Chiefs. You guys have beaten them, what, 3 times this year by 3 points? I mean, it's pretty crazy. But even outside of just the Chiefs game, I mean, to go 3-1 without Jamar Chase is impressive in its own right, but you get him back, and honestly, Burrow he looked like a different type of player. He was comfortable in the pocket. The Bengals, they surrendered 35 sacks heading into week 13. They were ranked 30th in pass block win rate, winning just 48% of the time by sustaining their blocks for 2.5 seconds or longer, right? So it was clear that the Bengals could not hold up protection for Burrow. But they did it against the Chiefs. They were determined, right? They know that if we want to win the Super Bowl, we're going to have to go through the Chiefs. We got through them last year. We fell short. If we want to go back, we're going to have to go through them again. So to go out there and to play your best football. I mean, I'm looking at Samaje Perine. He had a career-high 155 scrimmage yards. He looked good as a receiver, too. Perine has been looking good as a receiver. I mean, obviously, Joe Mixon is not a 3-down back. Like, I don't know everything about the Bengals, but I know that Mixon's not a 3-down back because they want to keep him healthy, as they should. So Perine, he gets receiving work all the time. Not always, but he's really known for that. But just as a runner, I mean, Perine was running aggressively. He looked great. I watched this full game. There were some good games on. The Raiders and the Chargers was on. There was some other games too, but this game, I watched the full thing. I had it in my big TV. And the reason why I was watching it was because I wanted to see how the Bengals attacked the Chiefs. The Chiefs had the most points in football going into this game. And honestly, what I got from it was that the Chiefs just could not pressure Burrow. And you've heard me say that, 3 times in this video so far? Chris Jones had the only sack on the game. And the only reason he even had a sack was because Burrow let him basically get it because of the 2-minute warning. When Joe Burrow has a clean pocket, he's the best quarterback in football. Yes, I'm being completely honest. I've always been a huge Joe Burrow fan back to LSU. Like I said, I listened to him when he was on the Nelk Boys podcast, and he's just a nice guy. I mean, like, Joe Burrow is one of the best football players we have in this league, but he's a really genuine person. I know he's a big basketball guy too. He played basketball. He was good at it. He might have been able to go to the NBA, which is kind of funny, but I'm watching Joe Burrow, and I'm saying just there's greatness. I mean, he's going to win a Super Bowl or 2. Last season, I was stunned that you guys fell short. I mean, I know Chase was open on the last play, but the pressure was just too much. I mean, Aaron Donald coming home. I mean, if the Bengals offensive line can play like it did against the Chiefs, I mean, we're going to be talking about the Bengals going back to the Super Bowl, but not this time falling short, but not this time winning it. And I'm looking at, obviously, you got to get past the Bills. You've got to get past the Chiefs, right? You have to get past the Ravens. The Ravens got you guys earlier on in the season. I remember that game. It was a game-winning field goal. It was a really tough one. but things are a lot different. I mean, obviously the the Ravens they're still 8-4, right? The Ravens are in first place because of that win, but the Ravens are going whoop, while the Bengals are going up. They've won 4 in a row. And now is the time where the Bengals always just heat up. I mean, last season they were hot down the stretch. This time of the year, the Bengals, it's no different. They're playing their best football. And I give credit to Zach Taylor, their head coach. He's a really good coach. He always puts his team in a position to succeed. And also, clock management was big for the Bengals, especially, like I said, when the Chiefs were forced to use 3 timeouts, right? On 3 runs late in that game. And then on 3rd and 5, what happens? Joe Burrow, he hits Jamar Chase for 5 yards and a first down. It's like, it's really tough to stop this Bengals team. I mean, even without Chase, they had one of the best passing attacks in the league. With him, I think it's fair to say they have the best. I think they do have the best. I mean, Buffalo, you might be thinking Josh Allen, Gabe Davis, and Stephon Diggs, like, sign me up, but not exactly. I mean, Josh Allen, first of all, is not Joe Burrow. He does not have the type of accuracy as Burrow. Better arm, bigger arm, but Josh Allen can't make exactly the types of plays that Burrow does. And I know I might sound crazy for that, but if you actually watch football like me, you would agree with me. Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than Josh Allen. Josh Allen makes big-time plays where it's like what that nobody else can make, but there's also times where he misses throws. I mean, why do you think it took Josh Allen 3-4 years to get going, where Burrow came in as a rookie and looked like a superstar, right? So feel free to take that as you please, but also Gabe Davis has drop issues. I don't think you can rely on Gabe Davis, being real with you, as a second receiver. That's why Odell was crucial for the Bills, but Odell won't be ready until like mid-January, so it's not. I don't even know why a team would sign him, being real with you, but it's not that with the Bengals. I mean, first of all, T. Higgins is a star. T. Higgins could be a number 1 receiver. That's why when you guys drafted Jamar Chase, I was like, Penei Sewell was on the board. What's going on here? T. Higgins is fine. Tyler Boyd? Mike Thomas the GOAT? No, I'm kidding, but yeah, but I mean, Jamar Chase is just a generational type of talent. I mean, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, you have to throw Amon-Ra St. Brown into that. I've got to show love to my Lions. St. Brown, he's not Jamar Chase, he's not Justin Jefferson, but he's a good player. All 3 of these guys. Jalen Waddle, I don't know, I'm getting ahead of myself now. There's so many good young receivers. But basically, Jamar Chase, I mean, there's just something different about the way he plays football, man. I love Jamar Chase. I love watching him work. I just made a trade for him in fantasy, and happy with what he got me in last week. Fell short a couple points, but it wasn't because of Chase. It was because of the Cowboys defense, man. I hate being a Colts fan, but outside of that, like I said, the Bengals, the season for them is just getting started. The goal is to win the division. You guys have a tough schedule. I mean, the Cleveland Browns with Deshaun Watson, the Buccaneers, the Patriots, the Bills, and the Ravens. I mean, literally, bro, all good teams. I mean, the Browns, I know they're out of that playoff picture, but that was with Jacoby Brissett, who played fairly well. Even with Jacoby Brissett, they're a tough team to beat. I mean, you guys would know that because last time you played them was what? Halloween, end of October, and they beat you guys, man. They beat you. I know that. So good luck, man. All I can say, thank you, Will, for the opportunity. If my content resonated with you, if you enjoyed my content, drop a like on this video and go subscribe to me at Swaggy. But the reason why I decided to make a video for Will's channel is because I'm looking at you guys giving him 1,000 likes in a video. I'm like, well, let me see if I can make a video and see how they feel about it. I'm out. Peace.